Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to tell you something that most people will never understand, but the ones who do will never be the same again. This is not just about success. This is not just about money, career, or confidence. This is about faith, silence, and divine timing. We live in a world where everyone wants to be seen. Everyone wants to be heard. Everyone wants validation from people. They talk about their plans. They announce their goals. They explain their dreams to anyone who will listen. But the truth is simple. The more you talk to people, the more you move away from God. Because people give opinions. God gives direction. People give doubt. God gives clarity. People ask, "Who do you think you are?" God asks, "Do you trust me?" And that's why the strongest people on earth follow one sacred rule. When God speaks, they stay silent. Not because they are weak. Not because they are scared. But because what God gives you is not for public discussion. When God puts a vision in your heart, it is not meant to be explained. It is meant to be protected. This video is not for everyone. This video is for the person who feels called to something bigger, but doesn't have the words to explain it yet. If that's you, watch till the end, because this message might not just motivate you, it might realign your entire life. And yes, it will also improve your English. So stay focused, stay present, and don't forget to subscribe. Because what you're about to hear is not noise. It's a reminder. When God gives you the vision, the world's opinion becomes noise. Let me tell you something most people never talk about. Not every calling comes with clarity. Not every purpose comes with confidence. Sometimes it comes as discomfort, a feeling you can't explain, a pressure in your chest that says, "This life you're living, it's not it." No angel appeared. No voice echoed from the sky. Just a quiet conviction deep inside his heart. While everyone around him was chasing comfort, God was calling him to discipline. While others wanted ease, God wanted growth. And that's the part people don't understand. God rarely calls the loud ones. He calls the listeners. He calls the ones who are willing to change in private, before they shine in public. That night he sat alone. No phone. No music. No distractions. Just him and his thoughts. And for the first time in his life, he asked a dangerous question. What if I stop living for people and start living for purpose? That question changed everything. Because the moment you choose purpose, you lose excuses. He realized something painful but powerful. If God is guiding you, you will not fit in. Your routine will look strange. Your discipline will look extreme. Your silence will look suspicious. And that's when the real test begins. Not a test of talent. A test of obedience. Will you obey? Even when no one understands. Will you stay committed? Even when no one claps? Because God does not reveal the whole plan. He reveals the next step. And faith is not knowing the destination. Faith is trusting the direction. That night he made a decision. No announcements. No explanations. No validation. He chose silence. Not because he had nothing to say, but because he had too much to protect. From that moment on, his life split into two parts. What people saw, and what God was building. And while the world kept watching the surface, the foundation was being laid underneath. Quietly, patiently, faithfully. Because when God speaks, silence becomes strength. Most people make the same mistake when they feel inspired. They talk. They announce their plans. They share their goals. They explain their dreams to people who have never built anything. And slowly, that excitement turns into pressure. Because every time you speak your vision to the wrong ears, you invite doubt into a space that needs faith. But he didn't do that. He understood something very early. Not everyone who listens wants to see you win. Some people listen only to measure you against their own limitations. So instead of talking, he worked. Instead of explaining, he improved. He woke up earlier than before. He trained his mind when it was tired. He learned when it was uncomfortable. No one saw the effort. No one noticed the struggle. And that was the point. Because progress that is protected grows faster. He didn't seek motivation from people. He sought alignment with God. Every morning began with discipline. Every night ended with reflection. And slowly something shifted. His habits changed before his life did. His thinking changed before his results did. He stopped arguing with opinions and started obeying instructions. People thought he was falling behind, but in reality, he was building momentum, because when you stop talking, you start listening, and when you listen carefully, God teaches you what books never will. He learned patience. He learned restraint. He learned that silence is not empty. Silence is preparation. While others were busy proving themselves, he was becoming someone worth noticing, and without realizing it, he avoided the mistake that destroys most dreams, sharing them too early, because dreams spoken before time often die before they live. But dreams protected by silence grow roots deep enough to survive storms, and his roots were getting stronger by the day. Now let's talk about the voices, the ones that almost broke him, the friends who laughed, the family who doubted, the strangers who rolled their eyes. First it hurt, stung. It whispered, maybe they're right. Maybe this is impossible. But he didn't listen. He realized something crucial. Those voices don't reflect reality. They reflect fear. They reflect limitations. They reflect everything they could never do themselves. So he stopped reacting. He stopped explaining. He stopped justifying. He stopped seeking approval. Instead, he listened to the quiet voice inside, the one God had planted in him, the one that said, keep going. Don't stop. You are meant for more. Every criticism became fuel. Every doubt became a challenge. Every laugh became motivation. And slowly, silently, he built what no one thought possible. People tried to stop him, but they didn't see the unseen work. They didn't see the early mornings, the lonely nights, the pages of notes, the hours spent practicing, learning, growing. They only saw the surface. They judged. They assumed. They mocked. But he understood the truth. Growth is invisible until it's undeniable. The louder they doubted, the harder he worked. The more they laughed, the stronger his silence became. Because when your foundation is hidden, it is unshakable. And when the time comes, you don't argue. You don't explain. You reveal. Results speak louder than words. Success silences the critics. Faith outlasts doubt. By the time he finally stepped forward, they couldn't deny him. All the whispers, all the doubts, all the judgments faded in the shadow of his achievement. And the lesson is clear. The world doesn't need to understand your process. The world doesn't need to approve your plan. The world doesn't deserve to see your struggles. You only need one thing: discipline, silence, and trust in God. Protect your energy. Protect your vision. Protect your progress. Because when you finally rise, their disbelief will turn into awe. Their doubt will turn into respect. And their laughter will become applause, without you ever asking. This is the power of quiet growth. The power of unshakable faith. The power of a dream guided by God. And remember, he didn't stop because they doubted. He stopped talking because he was building. And that's why his success was unstoppable. While the world argued, he acted. While the world doubted, he grew. While the world laughed, he prepared. And when he revealed his work, it was so powerful, so undeniable, so brilliant, that no one could ignore it. Silence isn't weakness. Silence is strategy. Silence is faith in action. Keep building. Keep praying. Keep trusting. And one day the voices that tried to stop you will be the ones asking for your guidance. Because results always speak louder than words. And faith always outlasts doubt. Now let's dive into the transformation. After months of silence, of discipline, of unseen work, something incredible begins to happen. Start small. A small victory. A small breakthrough. Maybe he finally speaks confidently in English. Maybe his business starts earning. Maybe his body becomes stronger. Maybe his mindset shifts to unshakable focus. The key is, no one noticed the hard work behind it. No one saw the early mornings. No one saw the lonely nights. No one saw the countless mistakes he made and corrected silently. And that's the beauty of quiet transformation. It grows without interruption. It grows without distraction. It grows beyond judgment. Meanwhile, the world keeps talking. They keep doubting. They keep waiting for him to fail. But he doesn't hear them anymore. He only hears the quiet guidance of God inside him. The whispers that say, keep going. I've already prepared your path. And step by step, day by day, he begins to rise. His energy changes. His confidence radiates. His focus becomes unshakable. Even when no one applauds, he knows he is moving closer to the vision. And then the results start to speak. A client praises his work. A colleague notices his growth. A friend asks, how did you do it? But he doesn't explain. He doesn't justify. He only smiles. Because the work has already done the talking. Now this is the moment most people miss. Success is not about the applause you get along the way. Success is about the impact you create quietly, consistently, and faithfully. God's plan never needed validation. It only needed faith. And that faith turns invisible effort into visible results. Step by step, brick by brick. He builds what no one believed he could. Every prayer strengthens his mind. Every silent hour strengthens his discipline. Every moment of focus strengthens his future. The world thought he was silent. The world thought he was lost. The world thought he was average. But inside, he was unstoppable. And then comes the moment of revelation. The project launches. The business succeeds. The body transforms. The mind shines. The same people who doubted him watch in awe. And he doesn't need to say a word. The results do the speaking. That is the power of staying silent. That is the power of trusting God's guidance. That is the power of letting work, not words, define you. He didn't need approval. He didn't need applause. He didn't need validation. He only needed faith. Faith in the plan God gave him. Faith in his own effort. Faith in his ability to rise. And now look at him. Stronger, wiser, disciplined, powerful. Glowing with confidence. Radiating purpose. The same world that doubted him can no longer ignore him. And that is the ultimate lesson. The quieter you work, the louder your success will speak. The more invisible your effort, the more undeniable your results. The deeper your faith, the higher your rise. So never stop. Never explain. Never seek approval. Just build. Just pray. Just trust. Because one day your transformation will be so powerful, so complete, so visible, that no one will question your journey. No one will doubt your vision. No one will deny your strength. And in that moment you will finally understand. Silence was never emptiness. It was preparation. It was strategy. It was power in disguise. The world thought he disappeared. He wasn't gone. He was building. And now he's unstoppable. Faith, discipline, patience, and silence turned a dream into reality. And when people ask him, how did you do it? He only smiles. Because God already knew. Because the work already spoke. This is your lesson too. When God gives you a vision, the world's opinion is just noise. Trust the process. Protect your energy. Keep your plans sacred. And your results will speak louder than anything anyone ever said. Now the real transformation begins. The kind that changes everything, quietly, invisibly, but permanently. He wakes up every day with one mission. To build the life God showed him in silence. No distractions. No arguing with doubt. No explaining to anyone. Just work. Just focus. Just discipline. And here's the secret that most people never realize. Discipline is louder than talent. Persistence is stronger than luck. Action is more powerful than motivation. Every small step, every repeated effort, every moment of discomfort. It compounds. It grows. It builds unstoppable momentum. Months pass. Sometimes it feels slow. Sometimes it feels invisible. Sometimes the doubts creep in. But he doesn't stop. He doesn't argue. He doesn't give excuses. He only works. And little by little, his vision becomes real. His skills sharpen. His confidence grows. His results become undeniable. And the people who laughed, the people who doubted, the people who said, you'll never make it, they start noticing. But now it's too late. Too late to discourage. Too late to distract. The work has already done its job. The effort has already paid off. The results have already spoken. This is the power of silent persistence. The world doesn't respect ideas. It doesn't respect intentions. It only respects results. And when your results arrive, they arrive like a storm. People can't ignore you. They can't deny your growth. They can't question your vision. And the man who was once mocked, ignored, or doubted, now stands tall. He speaks fluently. He commands respect. He radiates success. But he doesn't brag. He doesn't argue. He doesn't compete. He simply exists at a higher level. His presence alone proves what he built in silence. And here's the lesson for you. Your journey is sacred. Your vision is personal. Your results will speak louder than anything you say. So protect your energy. Protect your discipline. Protect your focus. Ignore the doubters. Ignore the critics. Ignore the noise. Trust God's plan. Trust your effort. Trust your own growth. Because God's vision never fails. Discipline never fails. Persistence never fails. And one day your silent work will transform everything. Your skills. Your confidence. Your influence. Your life. And when people ask, how did you do it? You don't need to explain. You don't need to defend. Your life will show them. Your success will speak louder than words ever could. And that is the ultimate power. Faith, discipline, and silence combined can turn the impossible into the inevitable. The world will call you quiet. They will call you slow. They will call you patient. But you will know. You were building. You were growing. You were unstoppable. The moment of truth will come. The moment when results speak. The moment when the doubters are silenced. The moment when your life lights up like never before. And you will smile quietly because you never stopped. You never argued. You never gave up. You trusted God. You trusted yourself. You trusted the process. And that trust turned vision into reality. This is the moment where silence, faith, and discipline collide. Where work becomes results. Where dreams become reality. Remember this. The world may never understand your journey. They may never support your process. But when God guides, when you stay silent, when you work relentlessly, nothing can stop you. Nothing can shake you. Nothing can deny you. Your life will speak. Your success will inspire. Your transformation will shock the world. And the man who was once mocked now becomes the example. Proof that faith, focus, and quiet persistence are unstoppable. So disappear if you must. Go silent. Build in private. Trust the process. Pray quietly. And one day your life, your results, your story will leave the world in awe. And all along, you never needed anyone's approval. Because God already believed in you. And that's all that mattered. Now the moment comes when everything changes. The moment when all the silent work, all the hidden effort, all the faith and discipline finally pays off. The man who once struggled, the man who was mocked, doubted, ignored, now stands in a place few ever reach. Not because he talked about it. Not because he sought approval. Not because he begged for recognition. But because he stayed silent. He built quietly. He trusted the process. He trusted God's plan. Every early morning, every late night, every moment when he could have given up, he chose to keep going. And now, his work speaks for itself. People see him and wonder, how did he do it? What changed? Where did this success come from? And he smiles quietly because he knows the truth. No one saw the hours. No one saw the sacrifices. No one saw the prayers whispered in darkness. No one saw the discipline. No one saw the moments of doubt he conquered alone. All they see is the transformation. All they see is the result. All they feel is the impact. And that is the power of working in silence. That is the reward for patience, for faith, for relentless action. The doubters? They are speechless. The critics? They are silenced. The people who laughed? They can't deny what they see. And this is the secret the world rarely understands. Success doesn't need an explanation. Progress doesn't need validation. Results don't need permission. Your life will speak louder than any words you could ever say. The man who once lacked confidence, the man who once struggled to be understood, is now unstoppable, fluent, strong, resilient, focused, unshakable. And the world finally sees him not because he argued, not because he posted, not because he begged for attention, but because he worked silently, built steadily, trusted God, and let results speak. This is the story of every person who achieves greatness in silence. The seed grows underground before it reaches the light. The diamond is polished under pressure before it shines. The eagle trains in the shadows before it soars into the sky. And so must you. No shortcuts. No excuses. No loud promises. Just focus. Just faith. Just action. And when the time comes, the transformation will shock everyone. The man who was invisible now becomes impossible to ignore. And the most beautiful part? He never needed anyone's approval along the way. He never argued with negativity. He never chased praise. He never wasted energy on jealousy or fear. He only built. He only grew. He only trusted. And that trust, that discipline, that patience turned vision into reality. So remember this. Your journey may be lonely. Your path may be misunderstood. Your effort may go unseen. But every step you take in faith, every hour you spend in silence, every action you take toward your vision, is building something unstoppable. And one day, the world will see. The results will shock them. Your life will inspire them. Your success will speak for itself. The man who stayed silent, the man who trusted God, the man who worked in private, has finally arrived. And the lesson is clear. Don't argue with the world. Don't seek approval. Don't beg for belief. Build. Grow. Trust. Wait. Because when God guides, when faith is strong, when discipline is unbroken, nothing and no one can stop you. The world only respects results. And your results will be undeniable. Your journey will be your proof. Your growth will be your voice. Your life will be your message. The man who was once mocked, the man who was once doubted, is now unstoppable. And the people who never believed, they will learn the hardest lesson. Never underestimate the power of a silent worker guided by faith. Let your life, your transformation, your results be your story. The journey is personal. The process is sacred. The outcome is inevitable. And remember, God spoke, so he stayed silent. The world doubted, so he kept building. And now success speaks louder than words ever could. Stay patient. Stay disciplined. Stay silent. Your time is coming. Your story is unfolding. Your life is about to change. And when it does, the world will finally see. Now let's go deeper. The reason why some people rise quietly while others waste their lives chasing approval. It's not luck. It's not connections. It's not who shouts the loudest or posts the most on social media. It's faith. Faith in the process. Faith in discipline. Faith in God's timing. The man who once struggled, he knew something that many never understand. You don't need the world to believe in your vision. God gave it to you. And that's enough. Every time you feel invisible, ignored, misunderstood, remember, God sees your effort. God hears your prayers. God rewards your patience. The world's opinions are noise. Their doubt is temporary. Their judgment is irrelevant. What matters is what you are building in silence. And here's the truth. The closer you get to your purpose, the louder the world will doubt you. The higher you climb, the more they will laugh. They will question you. They will mock you. They will try to pull you down. But you, the one who keeps building quietly, you are untouchable. You are a force of discipline. You are a force of faith. You are a force of transformation. And one day all of that quiet work, all of that hidden growth, will explode into undeniable results. People will ask, how did you do it? Where did this success come from? And you will smile, because you don't need to explain. Your life will be the answer. Your results will be the proof. Your glow will be the message. The man who once lacked confidence, the man who was doubted, the man who faced rejection after rejection, is now unstoppable. And this is the most powerful lesson. You don't need the world to approve. You don't need anyone to cheer. You don't need anyone to understand. You only need one thing: faith, focus, discipline. Because when God gives you the vision, when you trust the plan, when you act with consistency, nothing can stop you. The man who once felt invisible, the man who once struggled to be seen, now commands respect without saying a word. And that is the power of silent faith. Every prayer whispered in solitude, every hour of hard work nobody saw, every moment of discipline nobody acknowledged, it's all preparing you. It's all shaping you. It's all building a foundation nobody can break. So when they laugh, when they doubt, when they ignore, keep moving, keep building, keep trusting. The world only understands results. And your results are coming. Soon your transformation will be so undeniable, so shocking, so powerful, that the same people who laughed, doubted, and mocked will stare in awe. They will want your secret. They will want your strategy. They will want to know your process. And you will smile quietly, because they weren't part of the journey. They didn't see the struggles. They didn't see the faith. They didn't see the silent growth. This is your story. This is your journey. This is your season. And the final lesson is clear. God spoke, so he stayed silent. The world doubted, so he kept building. And now success speaks louder than words ever could. Every challenge you face, every obstacle in your way, every voice telling you, you can't, is an opportunity to strengthen your silence, to build discipline, to grow faith, to prepare for your inevitable breakthrough. Because the louder the world doubts, the stronger your results will speak. Keep working, keep praying, keep trusting, keep growing. And one day the man who was invisible will be unstoppable. The man who once prayed in silence will walk in victory. The man who was doubted will command respect. And the world will finally understand. Silence is power. Discipline is strength. Faith is unstoppable. The work you do in secret, the prayers you whisper alone, the focus you maintain in solitude, all lead to transformation that no one can deny. So disappear if you must. Go silent. Go underground. Go all in. Because when you return, your results will speak. And they will be louder than words ever could. The journey is yours. The work is sacred. The success is inevitable. And remember, God spoke, so he stayed silent. The world doubted, so he kept building. And now the world must listen. Now listen closely. This is the moment that changes everything. The man who once doubted himself, the man who once felt invisible, the man who faced ridicule and judgment, is no longer invisible. He no longer worries about approval. He no longer asks for validation. He has returned, with results so undeniable, so powerful, that the world cannot ignore. The same people who laughed, the same people who doubted, the same people who mocked, they are now silent. They are watching. They are witnessing. And they cannot explain it. And that's the ultimate power of silence. It's not just protection. It's not just strategy. It's transformation in motion. Every morning you woke up early while they slept. Every hour you studied, trained, prayed while they wasted time. Every obstacle you overcame silently, built a strength nobody else could see. And now all of that invisible work, all of that quiet struggle, is visible in your results, your confidence, your growth, your success, your presence. Your life has become the message. Your story is the proof. Your results are louder than every word they ever said. Remember this. God gave you the vision. He gave you the strength. He gave you the timing. Your job is simple. Build silently. Work relentlessly. Trust deeply. And when the time is right, your success will shock the world. They will ask, how did you do it? Teach me your secret. Where did this come from? And your answer is simple. You don't explain. You don't defend. You don't argue. You simply smile. Because God, discipline, and hard work did it all. This is not about revenge. This is about rising beyond expectations. This is about becoming unstoppable, silent, and powerful. The world will try to test you. The world will try to distract you. The world will try to slow you down. Don't react. Don't argue. Don't waste energy. Stay focused. Stay disciplined. Stay in your lane. Because the people who doubted you, the people who ignored you, will eventually bow to your results. They will watch in awe. They will wonder. They will ask for guidance. But by then it doesn't matter. You won. You built. You grew. You became unstoppable. This is your season to disappear. Your season to work quietly. Your season to trust your vision. Your season to pray, act, and grow. And one day, you will return. With a life so transformed, a presence so powerful, that no one can deny your greatness. The man who stayed silent. The man who built in solitude. The man who trusted God. He is the man they will remember. And you will understand the greatest lesson of all. When God gives you the vision, you don't need the world to approve. You don't need the world to understand. You don't need the world to believe. You only need faith. You only need discipline. You only need action. Keep building. Keep trusting. Keep growing. And when your time comes, your results will do all the talking. They will speak louder than words. They will speak louder than doubt. They will speak louder than ridicule. They will speak louder than fear. Your journey, your discipline, your faith will become the voice of your victory.